Hi, welcome to another episode of Comics Review. I'm your host, Kevin Starkey. The first comic I'm going to talk about today is American Vampire, issue number 22 from Vertigo Comics. And this one is the start of a new storyline. The subtitle is Death Race. This is part 1 of 4. They've introduced a new character, Travis Kidd, and he is a vampire hunter. They show him with looks like a new girlfriend, and he hasn't met her parents yet, and he sort of wants to get to know them or meet them, and the girl is hesitant. And once he does, you find out that he knew all along that her parents were vampires, and he takes them out basically. And it's a neat story. I'm not sure where they're gonna go with this, but it's kind of nice to have a break from the old characters that we see every issue and see some new stories. So it's kind of cool. Love the art, love the writing. Pretty neat story. I guess I'd rate this a 3.5 out of 5, which is a decent comic. The next comic I'm going to talk about is All-Star Western by DC Comics. This is issue number 4. And I heard a rumor at the comic book store last week, I think it was, that this comic was going away, which I'm disappointed to hear. I don't know if it's true or not, but this is the only one of the new 52 that I've gotten into. Justin Gray is the writer, and Jimmy Palmiotti is on this as well as a writer, and Mortat is the artist. And this one, in the last issue, Jonah Hex was done in Gotham City, and he was gonna leave. And this one, it finds him coming back. He's chasing some bad guys that escaped to Gotham, and he ends up teaming up again with Arkham to solve another case. And great artwork as always. Nice coloring. It's a neat story. I'm really enjoying. I like the Jonah Hex as in the role of like Sherlock Holmes and Arkham, sort of his Watson. It's a lot of fun. Really cool. I know I don't sound too excited about it, but maybe I don't know what it is, the time of year or whatever, but it's definitely a good read. Fun story. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. I'd rate that a good 4.5 out of 5. Very good comic. Here is Kick-Ass 2, issue number 6, and I guess it's gonna be wrapped up. I think I read that in the back here. Maybe one more to be concluded, it says. So I'm guessing the next one is the final one here. This is from Icon and Miller World. It says $1 less than many other comic books, which is true. It's $2.99. A lot of them are $3.99. And this one, Hit Girl is back in action in a big way. They take it to the bad guys, and there's a lot of fighting, a lot of killing, a lot of blood and gore. Same art style as before, same writing. Great story. Mark Millar, John Romita Jr. I love it. It's great. Tom Palmer finishes and ink washes. Dan Brown colors. I love this series. I guess I'm biased towards anything Mark Millar does, but it's just cool. And it's like these two teams of good guys and bad guys fighting, and neither one really has any superpowers, and it's just people fighting each other. It's cool. Here's a good shot there. I highly recommend it if you're into this stuff. It's definitely a great issue. 5 out of 5. Good stuff. Really enjoying it. And then the last comic I'm going to talk about today is a Game of Thrones issue number 4 from Dynamite Entertainment. And I've talked about this one multiple times before. More of the same stuff I've said before. Neat artwork, a lot of confusing names, a lot of characters I don't know, back and forth, and my wife hasn't read this one yet. I've talked about how she's read the books before, and that she enjoys this comic. Good artwork. I'm just completely lost most of the time reading it. I'm mostly buying it for my wife now, and then I'm just reading it to see if I can catch up or get into it. But I wish I could. I wish I could say that I'm getting into it and I'm loving it. But I appreciate the artwork, and the writing it seems good if you can follow it. And I'm just completely lost. I hate to even rate this one because I think it's probably geared towards people who have seen the TV show on HBO or have read the books. If you're like me and you haven't done either of those, you're probably, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe you're loving it. I'd like to know that, actually. If there are people out there who are reading this and that's all they've, that's their only exposure to this story. If you're getting it, maybe you can explain something to me, because I'm lost with it. And let me go ahead and quickly, I only have 3 other ones that I got picked up this week that I haven't read yet. Actually, I have read them, but I'm not going to review them. Frenemy of the State, issue number 5. And it's been a long time since issue 4 was out. This one is sort of about a young girl who is sort of a spoiled little rich girl, but she's pretty smart, and she's been working with the CIA undercover and doing stuff, and she goes around, travels the world, and she uses her connections to people and stuff to get close to certain people to find out stuff for the CIA and all this. It's pretty good, and it seems like it wraps up in here, and then she realizes that she really enjoys it and it's what she wants to do, and she figures out a way to get back in with the CIA. And I thought this was going to be a last issue, but I'm guessing they'll probably try to have another series with this. This is Rashida Jones, Christina Ware, Lindsay O. DePhillips, and Chris Johnson that worked on this. Chris Johnson is the illustrator. Good comic, decent series, good writing. I'd rate it a good solid 3. It's a nice series, kind of fun. And I guess I talked about that one more than I was expecting to. Here's the Cape number 3 from IDW. The same guy that does the Lock and Key series. I love it. Joe Hill, he's a great writer. Awesome artwork in here. Here's a cool shot there. This guy has a cape that gives him the ability to fly, and he turned out to be not a very nice guy. And I'm not going to talk more about this cool series, loving that. And then finally, The Walking Dead Weekly, number 52. Still enjoying that series. And that's it for this week. Please leave a comment here on YouTube or over on my blog at twodognight.net. Let me know what you're reading. Have you read any of the stuff I talked about this week? And I'll see you in 2 weeks. Take care.